Greetings, programs. My name is Wretch, and I'd like to welcome you to A Golden Wake. This is a point-and-click adventure game that came out in 2012 by Grundislav Games. We've played two of his games already on the channel, the awesome steampunk detective game Lamplight City, as well as the epic western set in the same world called Rosewater. This is a little bit different. This was the first game he came out with on Steam, and it's about the rise and fall of a real estate agent in 1920s Miami, which is like the exact opposite of the spectrum narratively, right? But I'm very intrigued with the premise of it. Apparently this is based on like real events that happened and real people. So I'm curious to see what's in store for us here. Let's go ahead and get a new game started. It's June in Miami. This game is a work of fiction set in 1920s Miami. While many of the supporting characters were real people, their depictions have been dramatized for narrative effect and should not be interpreted as accurate portrayals. AKA the Assassin's Creed philosophy. Yep, looks like Miami to me. Oh. New York City, winter 1921. At the start of the Roaring Twenties.
Well, Alfie, old boy, looks like it's another day, another dollar.
Can't wait to go see a moving picture. Left click to interact with objects, right click.
It's in Vienna. Read all about it. Newspapers, 5 cents.
That's Lyle, the newsboy. He usually stands around during the day selling papers and is good for a quick chat now and then. The blue mailbox stands under a layer of snow, waiting to receive letters to be mailed. Do I have? Oh, yep. The classic format.
Papers, get your papers here.
Morrison Banks,
5 cents
real
per
estate
copy.
sales, established 1886. The company co-founded by your father and your employer for the past 10 years. The red fire hydrant across the street is useful for the extinguishing of fires, should it be necessary.
Good morning, Mr. Banks.
Good morning, Lyle. Aren't you cold standing out here in this weather?
A little, but I have to work. Otherwise, I'll be cold and hungry.
Oh, I like how the train kind of overtakes the conversation.
So, what's the news of the day?
I could tell you all of it, but then I wouldn't make any money, would I? If you want the news, buy yourself a paper. They're only a nickel.
You're a shrewd businessman, Lyle. You ever thought about going into real estate?
No, sir.
Have a good day, Lyle.
You too, Mr. Banks.
Unfortunately, it isn't yet time to go home. Oh, so we live next door to our place of business. What a horrible commute.
Morning, fellas. What's the good word?
Good morning, Banks.
Morning, Banks.
Horse feathers. Why is it so hot in here?
Morris apparently has a chill. He set the heating on as high as it goes this morning. Suggs and I had to prop the door open so we didn't sweat to death.
We must be raking in a fair amount this month if he can afford to do that.
Yeah, that hot and cold will get you sick very quickly.
I sure wish that kid outside would pipe down.
I know what you mean, Larry. He's giving me a headache.
Access the inventory as well as save, load, quit, and settings. Yep, we already went ahead and did that. This is the place where you work your magic from. It's your hat. Since there's no hat rack at the office, you often just set it on your desk. Alright, well, who are we working with here? Larry Suggs has been working for Morrison Banks for the past 6 years. He's not a bad salesman, but something about his demeanor always rubbed you the wrong way. John Murphy is the longest-serving employee at Morrison Banks, having been here for 15 years. He's incredibly straight-laced, to the point where you can't recall ever having seen him smile.
Got a minute, Murphy?
Sure, but I'm still on the clock.
Everything going all right with you, Murphy?
Yep, everything's copacetic.
Sales going okay for you?
Could be a lot worse. Could be a lot better, too. You ever going to share your good fortune with us, Banks?
What do you mean?
You always seem to manage to get the best leads. That's pretty lucky, don't you think?
I'm not sure I like what you're implying, Murphy.
Not implying, just observing. Anyway, Let's drop it.
I'll let you get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I can also feel the heat of jealousy in this room.
Suggs,
Yeah, Banks?
how are you today, Suggs?
I can't really complain. Well, I mean, I could complain, but who would listen?
Looks like a young Professor Lupin.
How are your sales going this week?
And not so great. I had a sweet old lady yesterday who was this close to buying an apartment for her cat.
I'm sure things will pick up.
And I'm sure you'd know, being Morris's right hand and all.
Now, Suggs, that's hardly fair. You know we're all equal in here.
You're right. Forget I said anything.
I'll just let you get back to it.
Thanks. Oh, by the way, Banks, Morris wanted to see you. Said it was important.
Thanks for letting me know when I walked in, Suggs.
Hey, it's been a busy morning. It must have slipped my mind.
Guy's upset because he can't sell a cat condo. The blackboard lists the numbers of monthly sales made by each of the employees. You are currently in the lead with 27. This door leads into the break room. It took some convincing, but Morris finally conceded and allowed this pin-up to be placed on the office wall. Morris's office has only one window, and it looks out towards your desk. That's probably why he keeps the blind down most of the time. It's the door to Morris's office. Okay. Well, let's go in here first before we have our meeting. This box contains spare light bulbs. You have no need for a light bulb presently. Fair enough. Looks like we may here before too much longer. The assignment board contains each individual employee's set of leads for the day. Morris usually gives out the more promising ones to employees with better performance, which is usually you. These are still yesterday's assignments. Just a plain wooden chair. Sometimes you and the other employees use it to take breaks in here. Someday, you hope you'll earn enough to take a vacation in Paris. For now, this poster will have to do. A small wastebasket sits in the corner. There's nothing you want or need in the wastebasket. The water cooler is the perfect place to get a cool drink, have a chat with your coworkers, or both. We must hydrate. Cool off a little bit. My guy here still hasn't taken off his coat. Guess that's it. Let's go have our chat.
Good morning, Evan. Suggs said you wanted to see me?
Have a seat, Alfie.
Oh wow, he looks like the dude from Mad Men.
This doesn't seem like a conversation that's going to be pleasant.
I'm afraid it isn't. You know I'm not the type to beat around the bush, so here's the long and the short of it. We're not doing well. Sales are minimal and the competition is popping up all over town like a bad rash. I hate to do it, but we're going to have to let someone go.
I see. Who did you have in mind?
That's mainly why I asked to see you, Alfie. You have more contact with Suggs and Murphy, so I think this decision should be yours.
Well, I'm kind of on the spot here, but...
Oh god. Oh, it's gonna be one of those games, huh? Fire Suggs or fire Murphy. We haven't really talked to them enough to... Well, let's think about this logically, okay? So Murphy has tenure. He's been around the longest, and he says his sales were okay. Suggs has been around the least amount of time, and he can't sell an apartment to a cat. And if they get fired, since Murphy's been working here the longest, he'd probably have the hardest time finding a new job, so... Let's fire Suggs?
I think Suggs should be the one let go. His sales have been the lowest consistently for the past 3 months.
There we go.
Very well, if that's what you think, then I trust your judgment. Thank you for your help, Alfie. It's always appreciated.
Anything else you need?
Not at the moment. Go ahead and check the assignment board in the break room for today's leads.
Will do.
Morris's window doesn't offer much of a view, so he keeps the blinds down the majority of the time. Morris has a few photographs of his family, as well as a couple taken with your late father, Hiram. Morris has quite the enviable collection of books. Most of them have to do with real estate, though there are a few works of classic literature peppered among them. Chuck the plant? Morris has a poster from last year's Olympic Games. The paperwork on the desk mostly consists of leads, which is to say the names and phone numbers of potential clients interested in expensive properties. Morris has control of which are spread out on the assignment board. Evan Morris, co-founder of Morrison Banks, along with your late father, Hiram. After your father died, Evan took you under his wing and showed you all there was to know about real estate. So he's our Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's kind of weird that he would put him in that position. Where did they go? Oh. Probably to check the...
He says it's because my sales were too low. But how am I supposed to make sales if I don't get any decent leads?
I hear you. It hasn't been very easy for me either.
And just because Golden Boy gets all the good leads, it doesn't mean...
Shut your trap. Somebody's coming.
My ears are burning.
Gentlemen,
Hello, Banks. Your meeting with Morris go well?
I would say so, yes.
Great to hear. Well, Murphy and I better get back to work.
Yeah, sorry for that we're about to ruin your life there, sir. You scan the sheet of leads correspondent to you. Making a mental note of the names and phone numbers, you prepare for another day at work. Riveting real estate action. Yeah, I guess we go to our desk. Take off your coat, man.
Time to make some magic. Operator, connect me to the Stamford residence in Bensonhurst, if you would, please. Hello, is this Ms. Irene Stamford? Yes, hello. This is Alfred Banks calling from Morrison Banks. I just wanted to follow up on the deposit you put down in the apartment in Flatbush.
It's like Wolf of Wall Street kind of thing.
No, thank you very much, Mr. Contis. A pleasure doing business with you. 5 sales in 30 minutes. I think that might be a new record.
Alfie, can you come here a moment?
Where's the dude?
What is it, Evan?
I'm running late for the weekly shareholders meeting. Could you lock up my office for me?
Of course.
Here's the key. I'll be back shortly.
Off he goes.
What on earth was that?
That sounds like Murphy took a spill in there.
Oh. Wait, did he give us, office key? You lock up Morris's office. No time to talk now. Something's wrong in the break room.
Hey, give me a shout if you need any help in there.
Murphy, what's going on?
Just being a damn clumsy fool. Don't worry about me. I was trying to change the light bulb and I lost my balance.
Here, let me help you clean up.
Oh, that could have been worse.
Thanks for the help, Banks. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work.
That was a bit odd.
Now it looks like an interrogation room. You don't feel the need to move the chair from its current position. Okay. You sit back at your desk and prepare to make some more calls.
Hey, Banks, I had a question about this client.
I'm back, Alfie. Got my key?
Yes, Evan, it's right. Odd. I thought I'd put it in my other pocket. Anyway, here you are.
Oh, I've got a bad feeling.
Alfie,
Yes?
where are tomorrow's leads?
I beg your pardon?
The leads for tomorrow? The ones that were on my desk? They're no longer on my desk. Where have they gone?
I have no idea. I haven't been in your office since this morning.
You know I trust you 100%, Alfie, but this is a very serious matter.
I'm aware of it. Look, I'll get Suggs and Murphy together and we'll look for them.
Or maybe we could just skip the drama if you look under Banks's hat, sir.
Oh.
We both saw you, Banks. There's no need to put on a charade.
Coming clean will save us all a lot of embarrassment.
Is what they're saying true, Alfie?
What? No, I have no idea what they're talking about.
Then you won't mind me looking under your hat? Just to be sure you understand.
See for yourself.
Shenanigans and tomfoolery.
Really? You of all people?
Yeah, there's been a flim-flam here.
It was obviously Suggs and Murphy. They've set me up.
Really, Banks? That's low.
You're one to talk about low. How can you even look me in the eye?
Now, Alfie, I know you're upset, but blaming your co-workers isn't the thing to do.
It is if they're the ones at fault.
Alfie, look at it from my perspective. The leads were in my office when I left and gone when I came back. You were the only one with the key, and now they show up under your hat. What would you do in my shoes?
So does this mean I've been canned?
I hate to do this, Alfie. You know your father and I were great friends, and you've been an asset to this company. But for now, I think you should take an indefinite leave of absence.
Fine. I see how it is.
It's almost too quick.
I guess I'll see you fellas around.
Hey, no hard feelings, Banks. Here you go. See? They ain't even wooden.
Gonna wait for you outside with
An
a
early lunch, Mr. Banks?
tire iron.
No, Sure. Just taking an early lunch.
Well, if you need anything to read while you eat, I still got plenty of papers left.
Well, why not?
New York Tribune, 5 cents.
Don't suppose the news of the day can be any worse than the morning I've had. Let me have a paper, please.
That'll be a nickel.
Thanks, Lau.
Murder,
Murder, extortion, robbery. Par for the course in this city. What's this? Merrick making waves in Florida?
The article explains that there's currently a very promising land boom in the Miami area, especially with regards to a development known as Coral Gables. It goes on to state that the project leader, one George E. Merrick, is currently hiring a team of real estate salesmen to assist in this monumental undertaking.
Miami, eh? I've always heard that place was nothing more than glorified swampland. But I'll be damned if I'm just gonna roll over and freeze to death up here. When I'm finished down there, the name Banks will finally mean something again. So, Mr. Merrick, let's just see what you've got to offer.
All right. Oh, that was the prologue. Chapter 1, Florida, the Treasured Land. Miami, Florida, winter 1921.
Hello, Miami. Alfie Banks. Huzzah! Oh, horse feathers. This humidity is something else.
Duck soup.
Right. I've got my luggage claim ticket. Now I just need to find this Hotel Belmont and...
Hey there! Hello!
Are you speaking to me, sir?
You see anybody else around, son? Come on over here and have a chat with old Doc Dammers, why don't you?
Oh, this man has strong Nigel West Dickens.
Are you deaf there, son? I said I wanted to have a chat.
Yeah, energy.
May I help you with something?
Pardon me for saying so, my boy, but I believe I'm the one who can offer you the help.
I'm really not interested in buying anything, sir.
Of course you aren't. Did you think I just fell off the turnip truck? I can tell a fellow salesman a mile away. You're here to get a piece of the action, aren't you?
Yes, I suppose I am.
Then consider this your own little welcoming committee. What did you say your name was?
I didn't. It's Banks. Alfred Banks.
Well then, welcome to Miami, Alfred Banks. By your complexion, I'm guessing you come from up north.
Yes, New York, actually.
Hell of a town, but you'll find we do things a bit differently down here. If you got any questions, feel free to ask.
I'm interested in this Coral Gables development I've heard about.
Oh, straight to the top, eh? They call it Miami's master suburb. It's been meticulously planned and is ready to start construction at any moment. Lots are going faster than a Tin Lizzie downhill. If you want to get involved there, you're going to need to talk to the man in charge, George Merrick.
Where can I find George Merrick?
He's got a sales office downtown, right on Flagler Street. Look for the building made of coral rock next to the Stocks and Bonds office. You can't miss it. Of course, George is incredibly busy these days and doesn't talk to just anyone.
Maybe not, but he'll talk to me.
I like your spirit, kid. You'll get places thinking like that.
A building of coral rock?
What's the current market like down here? I've heard quite a few things back in New York.
People are buying left and right. It's a great time to be in real estate, plenty of dough to be made. Every day, more and more locals and tourists come looking for their own spot of land, and we're here to sell. Mark my words, Banks, we're on the verge of something great.
How long have you been in this business?
Probably longer than you've been alive, son. Before this opportunity opened up, I was selling lots on Miami Beach for Carl Fisher himself. Surely you saw his billboard in Times Square.
You mean It's June in Miami? Of course, everyone saw that. It's partly what inspired me to come down here.
Glad to hear it. That's a perfect example of good marketing and knowing your audience. Why do you think I'm out here by the train station? New arrivals are the easiest to sell to. There's a free piece of advice for you, Banks.
I appreciate the information, Mr. Dammers, but I'm afraid I must be going.
Of course, eager to get started, I understand. And believe me, there'll be plenty to do very soon.
It was a pleasure to have met you. Maybe I'll see you around town.
I can more or less guarantee that, my boy.
I wonder how many eager beavers he gets, like, right out of the gate. There's an astounding amount of luggage piled upon the carts outside the station. The train didn't appear to be crowded enough to merit so much cargo, but perhaps the other passengers brought more than you did. The old wagon has been painted a garish red and has a very visible advertisement for the real estate services of one Doc Dammers. Apparently a name you can trust. Okay. Oh, was there a... I may need to go back there. Well, we got ourselves a world map, quote-unquote. Oh, look how small everything is compared to Miami now. Flagler Street. Ooh, hotel entrance. We got some New Orleans jazz. A large billboard looms above the building, the model's vacant stare gazing down upon you and your fellow pedestrians. The sign indicates that this is the records office for the greater Miami area. And let's head into the hotel first, I guess?
Hello and welcome to the Hotel Belmont.
Well, hello. Ooh, that's a nice floor piece. Hotel clerk sits at the desk looking quite bored.
Excuse me.
How may I help you, sir?
I'd like to check in, please. My reservation was made under Banks, Alfred.
One moment, please. Yes, here you are. Your room will be the second door to your right when you get to the top of the stairs. Oh, someone was here earlier from the train station to deliver your luggage. It's been placed in your room. I'll just take that claim ticket off your hands for you.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem, sir. Please, let me know if I can assist you with anything else.
I didn't even think about grabbing my luggage.
Is there anything you can tell an out-of-towner about this city?
Certainly. It's been growing at an alarming rate, especially in the past few years. There's no denying we're at the start of a land boom. I hear tell this new Coral Gables development is going to bring in thousands more people as well. At this pace, we could be the next Manhattan by 25.
Thank you for your assistance, my good man.
Happy to help.
1925. Kind of like Tombstone. Going to be as big as San Francisco in just a few years and just as sophisticated. Boom. Or bang, rather. The painting is an interesting example of chiaroscuro, but the subject matter is a bit odd to have in a hotel. I probably butchered that, and I apologize. Photograph shows the outside of the hotel and part of Flagler Street. It looks as though it was taken fairly recently since the same billboard appears in it. Wow, what an interesting color scheme. You look in the mirror and see a tall, somewhat naive-looking young man staring back at you. He sure is a snappy dresser, though. You keep this note to remind you of the best technique to warm people up to make a sale. Remember bits. Break the ice, introduce yourself, tell a story, sell your pitch. You keep this photo of your late father in the suitcase so he can accompany you wherever you go. You take the photo of your father with you. Figuring you might need a reminder, you take it with you. It's a tin containing a typewriter ribbon. You always carry an extra one just in case. Did we bring a typewriter? And 3 suits. Above your bed hangs a somewhat generic landscape featuring a mountain and river against a green sky. Okay. Oh, check the dresser. Seeing as you just got here, the dresser is empty. And a cat stand, finally. Hey! Things are looking up. You'd rather leave the curtains open. The sunlight is quite cheery. The window looks out onto Flagler Street. You can see the hustle and bustle of traffic and pedestrians. It's definitely way less crowded here than in New York, however. Well, I guess let's go exploring. Heading to the record office.
Hello, sir. Let me know if I can be of assistance.
The portrait is of a distinguished-looking older gentleman. The plaque at the bottom identifies him as H.M. Flagler. A large list of rules and regulations is hanging on the wall in a glass frame. You begin to read them over, but quickly lose interest. You are never very tolerant of bureaucracy. Oh, that's just what you want from a real estate guy. The shelves contain several volumes of records, but you get the feeling this is merely the tip of the iceberg.
Excuse me.
What can I do for you?
What sort of records do you keep in this office?
All kinds. Marriage licenses, death certificates, property titles, you name it.
How far back do they go?
Not too far back, 30 years or so. The city wasn't officially incorporated until 1896, but I have some records going back to 1891. You let me know if there's anything you need to look up.
Have you always lived in Miami?
Nah, I moved down here from Philly after the war. Nice place. Can't beat the climate, that's for sure.
Could I look something up?
Of course. What do you need?
On second thought, nothing right now. Thank you for your help.
Anytime.
I guess we'll have to come back here. To West Flagler Street. Okie dokie. His head's gonna get very sunburned. Stocks and bonds office. Sales office. You haven't got any investments or any need to buy bonds. How about sales? We're a salesman. A couple of men are seated here, waiting their turn for the chance to speak with Mr. Merrick. You wonder what it's going to take to be in their shoes. The secretary looks tired and hassled as she busily jots down information on a piece of paper. You can't say you envy her job. Painting shows a nice-looking stone archway. The plaque underneath identifies it as the soon-to-be-constructed Alhambra entrance. The metal filing cabinet contains a wide array of drawers. This is presumably where most, if not all, the records for the budding Coral Gables development are being kept.
Pardon me, miss.
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but I'm just too busy for you right now. Perhaps you could come back another time?
Another time? I've just come all the way from New York. Surely there's something a lovely young lady like you can do to help out a man in need?
Look, Buster, I've heard it all before. Like I said, I haven't got time for you at this moment.
What seems to be the trouble?
Well, not that you'd care, but I need to get these letters written. And seeing as the weekly shipment of supplies has been delayed, I'm forced to do them by hand.
You seem very dedicated to your job. I can appreciate that.
I am, yes. Mainly because I want to keep it. Now, unless you want to come back here and pick up a pen, I really need to get back to my work.
A tempting offer, but I'll have to decline. I'll be back later.
Well, we got the cure to that right here.
Pardon me, miss. Would this typewriter ribbon be of any use to you?
It certainly would. Mine wore out yesterday, and I ordered a replacement, but it hasn't come in yet. Thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate it. This will cut my work time by half at least.
My pleasure. Happy to help. Pardon me, miss.
What may I do for you, sir?
Hey.
I'd like to see Mr. George Merrick.
Take a number. Mr. Merrick is in very high demand. I'm afraid he's not currently seeing walk-ins.
Would it be possible to make an appointment to see Mr. Merrick?
Certainly. Let me see. Our next available appointment is
2 years.
next July.
What?
Oh,
That's preposterous.
1 year.
Mr. Merrick is a very busy man.
I think you've made that quite clear. Come now. I helped you out with your typewriter. Now you're just gonna hi-hat me? I don't know how things work down here, but where I'm from, one good turn usually deserves another.
Okay. Keep your shirt on. I'll level with you. I'm not going to be able to get you an appointment, but I can tell you that Mr. Merrick keeps an eye out for fresh talent. If you can manage to do something to impress him, he may see you without an appointment.
I see. What would you suggest?
Well, I'm not sure, but you might be able to get something done at today's land auction.
A land auction, you say? Where and when?
It's set to start this afternoon, around 2 o'clock. You'll find it at the corner of Granada Avenue and Coral Way.
Fantastic. I'll head over there right away.
Good luck.
Have you got any pertinent information on the Coral Gables development?
None I'm allowed to divulge, sir.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Thank you, sir.
Gotta crawl before we can walk. Alright guys, well, we now know the hoops that we gotta jump to make a first impression and hopefully get into the real estate business here. So from New York to Miami. Pretty cool. But we'll go ahead and end it here and we will pick it up in the next episode. Hope y'all have enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. I will see you next time. Later days, everyone.